Good afternoon. I am here at Seattle International Airport, Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. I'm about to take Alaska Airlines to Dallas on their 737-900ER. I'm hoping it has the new seating product. It may or may not. I have a funny feeling those might only be on the MAX aircraft. We're going to go through the Seattle airport, visit the Alaska Lounge, and then get on the plane. I'm visiting the lounge in part because it turns out Admirals Club members can have reciprocal privileges in the Alaska Lounge, and yes, it applies if you're flying Alaska. So let's get through security, get to the lounge, get something to eat and drink before a flight. Let's get going. By the time this trip began, I had already taken 5 flights in the previous 2 days, including a pretty demanding seaplane flight over Seattle. Airline lounges are one of the main reasons I'm able to pack so many flights into such a short period of time without completely wearing myself out. A lot of people think of these lounges as a luxury, and I don't know what that luxury actually is. To me, the real value is giving frequent travelers a place to pause, catch their breath, and regain their composure before the next flight. My mother experienced that firsthand when she traveled with me on a long series of flights to Portugal, and one of the things she appreciated most wasn't the food or the drinks. It was simply having a quiet place to sit where people weren't constantly rushing by, shouting, or pushing through crowded gate areas. I don't think champagne and caviar are the real selling point. The real value is much simpler than that. Sometimes what you're really paying for is the chance to find your composure again before the journey continues. So, as much as you may believe that membership in these lounges puts an extra bow on your experience, you really have to use it a fair amount to get the value out of it. I flew in the last 12 months about 67 different flights. I have membership with 3 different club organizations. And because I do these films, it has value. But if I only flew a few times a year, it wouldn't. Now, let's do just a little bit of gratuitous plane spotting. Enjoy what Seattle has in terms of the Alaska Airlines Lounge and its view on the tarmac. Alaska Airlines has built a very strong hub here, and that's in spite of the fact that Delta has been attacking their turf for about 10 years now. I do think that Oneworld and Alaska Airlines is going to turn this into a Oneworld hub, and I expect to see more and more Oneworld airlines flying in here to connect with not only Alaska, but American Airlines.
My plane is late, which was okay, but now I'm late because I got distracted. A little Facebook hacking on my part, but I'm running to the gate now.
There's no question in my mind that Delta will hold its position at this airport, but what does come to mind is this. This is an excellent place for trans-Pacific traffic to connect to. It's a great gateway across the Pacific and particularly to the Far East. And I expect more airlines to show up here and try and gain this space. What that means for Seattle's airport, only they know. I swear I'm really lucky, because one of the best parts about departing Seattle for Dallas instead of Portland, Oregon, is that usually I get a pretty good view of the mountains. Out of Portland, I'm usually not so lucky, and these mountains, they're pretty impressive. After watching the mountains and the landscape underneath us, it grew dark pretty quick. We were, after all, traveling east and not west. So I decided to grab a nap. Now, the best part about flying from the Pacific Northwest to Dallas is usually the jet stream, and the jet stream powers you through that trip really fast. Coming back from Seattle to Dallas, that flight usually only takes somewhere between 3 hours 15 minutes to maybe 3 hours 30 minutes. Going up there, particularly in the winter, can often take as much as 4 hours or more. So we're grateful for this fast trip. There was a time 25 years ago when Terminal E was all Delta all the time, and now they occupy just a small handful of gates.
Well, that was an excellent flight. Cabin aircraft, excuse me, the aircraft cabin needs to be refreshed. As you can see in the videos right here, the seats are kind of old. There's no seat back entertainment, which I don't care about, but there's also no place to hang an iPad or other device. That would be really great. But the seats were comfortable, the service was excellent, the cheeseburger was really good. And the fact that I didn't order a cheeseburger and still got one was pretty much even better. Flight was super fast. This cabin staff really experienced at service. There's a lot of airlines that could take lessons from these 4 people. They did a great job. So that's it. If you like our videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you really like them, send a link to a friend or a family member. That really helps us a lot. Thanks for watching.